Hi, I'm Kellie here with Vagical, and this week we're going to be talking about self-harm, mainly cutting, because as a sufferer myself, I'd like to help other people and give a viewpoint that only another sufferer can give. So today we'll be looking at the question of why do people self-harm? Now, for this question there is no right or wrong answer, so I'm pretty safe there, but there isn't an answer full stop. There is no reason as to why one person would self-harm and another person not. I mean, there's even disassociation, which means people self-harm without even realising what they're doing to themselves, without even realising that they're self-harming. So I guess the only answer there is to why do people self-harm, because of deep emotional pain, because of some trauma that they're going through that they can't cope with efficiently, so they take it out on themselves. I guess that's the only generalised, vague answer I can give you for that question. So many people do it for so many different reasons. I've actually got a list of who self-harms, and this is according to thesite.org, and it goes from girls and young women, and then in brackets it says, although more boys are self-harming than ever before. So with that one point there and then, it doesn't really leave a lot of people out as to self-harmers. Young people aged between 15 and 25, people who live in residential care or secure institutions, members of the LGBT community, Asian women, people who drink or take drugs, people with learning disabilities, and prisoners. Now, that's an awful lot of people. To generalise, that's a lot of people. Understandably, not everyone in these categories self-harms, but that's still a lot of people. That is still a lot of people. So I thought to myself, let's get to the information that people need to know. People that do self-harm, I don't condone self-harming, although I am a sufferer myself, so I completely understand why you'd self-harm, why you'd want to self-harm, and etc, etc. I put together a little list of how to hide your cuts, because it's going to happen. It always happens. So how do you save yourself the embarrassment from having to admit that you're a self-harmer? You hide your cuts. You hide your scars, you hide. So I've gone through a little list of the main places that I know people self-harm, like I, myself and my friends, etc. So here it goes. We'll start with the legs. Now the legs are the easiest ones to cover up, without a doubt. You've got to remember to keep them sanitised. Please keep them sanitised, because if you don't, you're going to end up with substantially worse scarring than what you would have been left with in the first place. And you don't need that. That's going to be harder to get rid of. It's not going to help at all. So yeah, if you use some gauzes or plasters, or just whack a bit of Savlon on it, anything to protect it really, because you do not want to get infected. It's just not worth it. Arms, long shirts, long sleeve shirts. They are the answers to my prayers, because I always target my arms. Again, bandages, plasters, pop some Savlon on them. You don't want them getting infected. I can't emphasise this enough. But in the summer, you don't want to be wearing long shirts. It's as simple as that. So, as modelled by me, grab yourself a sheer blouse. And this is how I get by it really, because it's nice and airy. You're not going to get too hot. But if you keep it in a dark colour, it's all going to be hidden. Now I've got severe scars at the tops of my arms and can't even see them. Utterly delightful. They work on point. Now with your hands, they're a lot more difficult to cover up for obvious reasons. Obviously stick to your plasters, your gauzes, your bandages, all of that, but you're not going to be able to keep the questions coming in as to why you've got massive plasters on the back of your hands. I would recommend, once your cuts have healed, get some bio oil on there or get some cocoa butter on there. It will really help fade the scars. But there's really not a lot you can do for hands, unfortunately. Face is even worse. I know a few people that self-harm their face. Like now, cuts on the face are terrible because the scarring can lead to low self-esteem, it can lead to depression, like it can lead to substantially worse things than just a cut. It can lead to severe mental health issues. Now you can't hide these with makeup. Well, not open wounds anyway. You don't want to be covering up open cuts with makeup because you'll get it infected and you'll end up with a worse scar than before. However, when it's healed, you can patch up the scarring with makeup, concealer, foundation, that kind of thing. So they're quite easy to cover up scar-wise, but cut-wise, you're going to be stuck with them for a while. Concealing cuts should be a secondary action, always a secondary action. Always make sure you have first aid available, such as Savlon, gauzes, bandages, plasters. I'll promise I will stop mentioning plasters and gauzes and Savlon from now on, I promise. But it is important to look after yourself, even though you're self-harming, even though you're probably in a state and the last thing you want to do is look after yourself. Please, for my sake, pop a bit of Savlon on them. It won't hurt. Just for me, please. Now, how to stop cutting. I'm not really sure how I'm going to deliver this section of the video because I've only been clean 3 months. That is, I did have a year stint beforehand where I was completely clean, no cutting, but you know, everyone falls into the relapses and things like that, you know, but to stop cutting, from my 1 year experience that I had, it's going to take a lot of energy. It's going to take a lot of effort and you're going to have to be a little bit headstrong. It's as simple as that. Tell your family and your friends, well, people that you can talk to, because I understand that not everyone has a supportive family, supportive friends, etc. If you can tell someone that you trust that you are going to stop cutting, that you want to stop cutting, they can support you no end. Whenever you're feeling down, whenever you're feeling like you need to cut, like you need to hurt yourself, phone them instead. Talk to them about it. They can talk you out of it. They can make you see sense. And I can't emphasise enough how having at least one person there that understands you, how much it's going to help. Hide your blades, your scissors, your razor blades, whatever you use. Hide them away, maybe even if you live with a friend or you live with your mum and dad or you live with some sort of family, get them to look after them for you. If it's scissors, I mean razor blades you can throw away, like obviously you can get more, like just get them looked after. Get your scissors looked after, just don't have them laying around because that will put more pressure on you, more pressure that you don't need. And remember that you are only human, so please take baby steps. If you get through a month without cutting, absolute champion. If you relapse after that, brush yourself off and start again. You're only human. Please take baby steps and please look after yourself. I can't emphasise that enough. Be it Savlon, I know I said I wasn't going to say that again, but I couldn't help myself. Be it Savlon, getting your mum to look after your scissors, getting your next door neighbour to look after your razor, you know, look after yourself. It's going to be okay, I promise. That's all from me for now. See you next time.